Hi everyone. As part of the today's session, we are gonna discuss about the first thing, which is adding all the activities or adding all the tasks to our Jira stories. That's the first point. Followed by in detail about a test design activity we are going to study. First of all, in Jira, basically, once after the sprint planning got completed, we as a testers need to write down or need to list down, I can say, all our STLC activities applicable for that particular story. Usually, we have already studied that the planning would be conducted for a release level and okay, the closure activities would be done at a release level. The rest of the activities are analysis, design, execution. These three activities are common for the entire sprint for all the individual stories. So what I'm going to do right now means, so this is what the user story is. So here I'm just creating a child task, test analysis, test analysis. Okay, test analysis. And the next one is test design. Okay, and the next one is a test execution. Okay, test analysis, test design, and a test execution, and as well as test case review as well. So I have added review also for every task, for every user story. These four activities are common. Analysis you need to do design, you need to do an execution, and also the test case review part is also there for every user story. And once this is done, the next thing is you need to open the individual task. So consider that I am opening this particular test analysis chunk. For this test analysis, you need to provide a more details here. As part of this task, we will try to understand more about this feature by looking into the documentation. Okay, by looking into the documentation and okay, mockups, the prototypes. That's what we are going to do as part of this particular chunk. And whenever you have created a particular task, it's mandatory for us to change the status. As of now, it's in a to do. It means it was not picked at. And for us, we can see the statuses as a in progress and a done. But in the real world, whenever you are working on your project, you can find a multiple statuses there. So here, in progress, I'm just changing it as an in progress. Okay, the status, whatever we have a change it right now is to in progress. So it means this task is in progress. And as you all know that it's mandatory for us to provide our estimates with respect to the story points. How many points I need in order to complete this particular activity? You need to provide that particular estimation. And of course, every day. So there is a tracking functionality here. At the end of the day, you need to track your effort. So you assume that you have a plan for 8 hours, whether the 8 hours for this particular thing were completed or not, even you need to list down that particular thing. Okay, so you need to list down whether that particular chunk is there or not as well. So that's going to be done basically. So how many hours you have worked on this particular one and how many things were completed. Once you are done with your analysis, you will mark this particular thing as a done. Okay, each and everything you need to update here so that you know the Scrum Master will have a track on these individual items. That's fine. So our official task as of now is a test design phase. So let me load this a test design. So here, in order to design the test cases, basically, we have a couple of options. The first option is we can write our test cases in Excel file and simply, okay, we will attach that Excel file here. Attach that Excel file here. Or the second way is if your project is having any project management tool. If at all your project is having any project management tool, then you need to create your test cases. Okay, you need to create your test cases in that tool. For now, what I'm going to do right now means let us go with this first option. So the first option is how exactly I can write down a test case for this particular 24 requirement, Levy 24 requirement. So guys, one thing that we need to consider, majority of the people will think that test cases means it's a master science and it's really a toughest job. So follow this lecture, for sure you will be in a position to write down the test cases. So let us see the definition for this. Test case means what to test in the application. Okay, so what exactly you need to test in the application itself is a test case. Okay, so here I'm giving you a requirement and I'm saying that this requirement will work in this way only. Okay, this requirement will work in this way only. Then how you need to create your test cases means the test case one would be whatever I have conveyed. If you do the same steps and check whether the application is working or not, it's going to be a positive test case. Whereas the second and the further negative test cases would be if I told you something, if you are doing something else, how the application is working, we call it as a negative test case. That's it, as simple as that. So if at all you are not doing what I'm saying, and if you are trying to do something else and check how the application is working, we call it as a negative test case. Let me give you a simple example before we go into that requirement so that you guys can understand more clearly. Assume that there is a username text field. Okay, assume that there is a username text field. For this field, the requirement is minimum 6 characters, maximum 20 characters. See this is a simple thing. Okay, minimum 6 characters, maximum 20 characters, one alphabet and one number. Okay, just consider that. Okay, just one alphabet and one number should be there. So this is what that particular requirement they have a given. So buddy, there is a username text field. In this username, you need to enter minimum 6 characters and a maximum 20 characters, and in which you must enter, okay, you should enter mandatory. You should enter one alphabet and one number. Okay, so the positive test case, what I can write down here is the test case one. The positive test case, what I can create is maybe, okay, create the username value would be 8 characters, one uppercase, one number, and one alphabet. That's it. So you assume that if you meet this particular criteria, then we can call it as a positive test case. See, basically in the requirement, they have asked you to do those things and we have a consider all those things and we created one test case, which is a positive test case. And the second test case, what I'm going to do means they said that this field need a minimum 6 characters. Right, they are saying minimum 6 characters. So what I'm going to do here is, what if I give 4 characters? That's going to be my second test case. My third test case is maximum 20 characters. What if I give 21 characters? How the application is going to respond? That's going to be my test case. That's going to be my test case itself. And test case of 4. So here they are asking to give one alphabet without giving alphabets. How it will work? Test case of 5 without giving numbers. How it will work? So it means they have a defined a requirement that in which I need all these details, then only I will consider it as a username. If we are not giving those things, that's what we call it as a negative test case. So here the thing is, guys, everything will be given there itself. You need to understand and you need to consider it and you need to write down your test cases. Okay, so this is a generic example. Let's switch back to this particular requirement. And as of now, I said that I'm using this test case Excel file where in which I just want to create a test case. If you see this requirement in our previous session, we have already listed down the points here. Right. So into the notepad document, if you guys have remembered, into this notepad document, for this particular user requirement, we have listed down all these four major points. One is check whether the banner is changing in every 10 seconds or not. Check whether you were able to edit the banner or not. If you click on a left arrow, whether it is working or not. If you click on a right arrow, whether it is working or not, and the search field is working or not. These are the four critical points as per that particular requirement. So my first test case is test case 0001. The precondition. What is the precondition? Application home screen should display. Okay, application home screen should display. So generally, what is the precondition in order to travel in a bus? Holding a ticket. What is the precondition to log in into your Gmail? Holding a Gmail account. What is the precondition in order to send a WhatsApp messenger? WhatsApp message in a WhatsApp messenger, having WhatsApp in my mobile. So the same way, the precondition in order to verify the homepage banner is you should be on a home page, then only you can verify the home page banner. And the test case description is verify home page banner. Okay, verify home page banner change. What are all the steps? Navigate to the home screen. Okay, navigate to the home screen as we have already done, that's fine. And now the second point is observe the banner on the home screen. Right. So I need to observe the banner on that home screen. Make sure that, okay, observe the banner. That's it. Okay. So you need to observe the banner. That's what as part of this particular requirement is. What is the expected result? Banner should change for every 10 seconds. Okay, the next banner should load for every 10 seconds. When you will get an actual result, whenever you get an application, then you will get an actual result. Till then, you don't have an actual result. Fine. So whatever the first criteria they have a given, I have a consider that every banner will change. So what I'm trying to do right now means, first of all, I will list down all the positive test cases, and later I will see whether there is a possibility for the negative test cases or not. If there is a possibility, then we will list down those negative test cases too. Okay, fine. So the second one is banner is read only. So what I'm going to do right now means my second test case 0002. And anyways, the application home screen should display. Verify whether user can edit the banner. First option, click on a banner and try to update a content. Banner should be in a read-only mode. User can't edit the banner content. That's it. As simple as it. This is what my second requirement is. Perfect. Moving on to the third one, the banner should have a left arrow. And if you click on a left arrow, the previous image should display. If you click on a right arrow, the next image should display. Test case 0003. Okay, 0003. Again, the application home screen should display. Verify the left arrow on the banner. Okay, verify the left arrow on a banner. So basically, click on a left arrow button. Previous image should display, or a previous banner should display. Test case 0004. Okay, verify the right arrow on the banner. Click on right arrow. Next screen should display. Okay, next screen should display. That's it. I have created this one. And what else? Okay, search field should display on a banner. Go there and let's write down test case 0005. Okay, anyways, user should be on an application home screen itself. Verify the search text field on the banner. Verify or observe the search field. Search text field should display on the banner. Okay, should search text field should display on that particular banner. That's it. And if you clearly observe this particular requirement from a user perspective, there is a nothing to do. So it means if user clicks on a something, if it is not coming, then it falls under a defect. But from our perspective, we are not filling anything, we are not doing anything. In such situations, there won't be any negative test case here in this situation. Okay, we don't have any negative test case in this particular situation, guys. Okay, perfectly all right. So in order to write down the test cases, the key points are you need to understand the requirement and you need to check whether you were able to create the test cases with a positive flow or a negative flow. And based on that, you need to write down your test cases. Your analysis is the most important part. Okay, good. Done the deal. So we will create a one more example in order to write down the test cases that covers both a positive flow and as well as a negative flow that we will see as part of our next session, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.